Hello, Dangerlings, it's Dan here, and I've got some incredibly exciting news about a brand new show here on the Danger Club Network. Those of you who are patrons have been incredibly kind and incredibly generous in helping us get our company up and running and getting us to the point we're at, and now we're at the point that we want to start giving back with even more shows. So to do that, we are setting our first Patreon fundraising goal. When we hit £500 a month on Patreon, we are going to release, exclusive to patrons, a full playthrough of 1,000-Year-Old Vampire, the RPG telling the story of a vampire born in the Middle Ages and going right through to the present day, chronicling their life in the darkness. And it's not just going to be one person in this show, it's going to involve the whole cast. It might even have guests involved. It's going to have involvement from the Dangerlings as well. You're going to get to actually influence some of the things that happen in here. You're going to be able to download some of the things that we create and read them yourself. It is going to be, simply put, the maddest, the most fantastic vampire adventure that you can imagine, and you can make it happen if you go to patreon.com/dangerclubpodcast. We're just going to get to £500 a month. We are not very far off that, and I think with the help of the almighty Dangerlings, we can get there pretty quickly, and we can do what we've wanted to do for so long and start making more RPG shows for you. We just want to do more and more and more, so you're listening to the Danger Club all the time. That's basically our goal here, and it starts with 1,000-Year-Old Vampire. Get onto Patreon, get onto the £5 tier. That means you're definitely going to get the podcast when it comes out, and we will keep you posted on how its production is going. We're going to create a brand new show here, and you're all going to be involved, and I can't wait. You can tell I'm really excited, can't you? This is going to be fantastic. Oh, and we got a new episode right now. Enjoy it.
Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
This is so thoughtful, and just thank you so much.
Dear Fulton, look, they're doing that thing again. They're doing that thing. They're doing that thing
you
when
watch that, it's gonna...
Just the head whips around, just one eye glaring.
Who approaches Borash, Prince of the Wasteland?
What's your name?
My name is Matala. We work for the Trade Consortium out of Kibwe. I hear that the Flesh Forges have reactivated recently.
What are the Flesh Forges?
Why did you have to ask that?
The adventure continues now.
We are rolling.
Cool. Rock and rolling.
Rock and rolling.
Could I possibly chat to you guys about my morning?
Yes.
Yeah,
away.
thanks. All right, cool. We've been trying this new routine thing in the morning. Do you remember I had a rant a while back ago about not being able to have a shower? Like, just there was no possible chance for me to have showers. So we're trying to do this thing now where we set our alarms real early before the kids wake up, and we both try and have a shower beforehand, you see. So far only one of us has managed to it, so anyway, this morning I woke up at like 6 o'clock, got in the shower, sorted myself out, came back in, the kids were up, so Holly went in for her shower, and I was trapped naked, and with a crawling baby, and Willow was just she had me locked in this game that I didn't understand. She was like, that you can't stand there. That's where the golf is. And I was like, what golf? What are you talking about? She's like, that's the golf area. I was like, okay. Since when did you start playing golf? And she's like, what? You're playing golf with me now? And I said, what? Well, when did this happen? I don't really know much about golf. Can you help me? How does it work? And she said, well, you get a ball and you kick it, and then you tackle, and then you kick it, and then you tackle. I was like, golf sounds a lot like football. She's like, it is a lot like football, but it's not. It's golf. I was like, okay, great. And then she went, right, you have to do it over on that side over there, and also don't forget there's instruments everywhere. And I was like, why are there instruments everywhere? And she said, because it's rock and roll's birthday. I said, what? She's like, it's rock and roll's birthday, so there's instruments everywhere. I was like, can I pick the instruments up and use them? No, you have to go round them. Right, fine, okay. So what happens now? Play the game, Daddy. Oh my God, she got really angry about it. Right? She was like, you're standing in the wrong place. Do that thing. I'm the referee. I'm going to blow my whistle. You have to blow your whistle at the same time as me. I was like, okay, fine. And like we did it. All this time, I'm like one hand on Oaken, who he's like writhing around trying to get out, you know what I mean? And we'd given him Calpol in the night because he's not feeling well, and he spit it up all down his chin, and my pubes are stuck to his neck from where he's been rolling around in our bed. And I was like, I need to clean him off. And she's going, no, you have to play the golf game. Do the whistle. And she's getting angrier and angrier. And I was like, if she gets much angrier, like she won't go to school. Oh my god. So I blew the whistle, and then she said, and then I pretended to kick a ball, and then I did like some karate stuff, and said, did I do it? And she went, yes, you won. And I went, oh, thank God for that. And she's like, you've got a prize. And she gave me this pink scrunchie that's in my hair right now, which I already owned. It's my scrunchie. And then that was the end of it, and I was just reeling from it. I was like, I don't know,
like I am reeling now,
man.
So
anyway, that's what Willow thinks golf is.
That is
just big up parents in general.
Big up parents in lockdown.
Are you going to be contacting St Andrews to tell them about the changes to golf now? And
yeah, absolutely.
Get some instruments out there.
I think they need to talk to Willow. She's the real, she's the one that's got the knowledge about this kind of stuff.
Clearly,
I'm just her aide.
That terror that you're experiencing about not really knowing how to play a game and someone shouting you how to play a game is how I run most of my D&D sessions. I just pounce on my housemates and go, "You're in the game now. You're playing a game. Quickly, you're an elf. Here's a character sheet." And they're like, "How do I play that?" I'm like, "There's monsters everywhere. You're not playing properly. Come on, I'm the referee."
It's rock and roll's birthday.
Rock and roll's birthday. It's the day the music died. It's a Don McLean. That's the entire theme of the session.
Your flatmates are like, "Scott, I'm so hungover. Please, just let me sleep." You're like, "No,
no." And now there are pubes on your neck too.
Well, in honour of rock and roll's birthdays, let's put some pubes on our neck and have an adventure. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Danger Club podcast.
Hey.
I mean, Calpol, if you need a new slogan, there it is.
Yeah.
Calpol. Really,
pubes on your
neck.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I have pubes on my chin. I've got this big old beard. It's all pubey.
Oh, there's a whole meaning to Wu-Tang wanting to protect your neck. Like, no wonder they want to protect your neck.
Big up Wu-Tang. Big up Wu-Tang.
Yes, big up Wu-Tang. There's a new generation of Wu-Tang coming, isn't there? Like
there's the young dirty bastards.
Why aren't they calling themselves?
Is that true? Is there a young?
Why are they calling themselves the New
Tang?
Tang?
Young dirty bastard.
Really?
They could call themselves the New Tang, couldn't they? Yeah.
The New Tang.
The young dirty bastard goes on tour with the Wu-Tang and does all the old dirty bastard vocals.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
but I think I heard that they were sort of ushering in like a new so like all the old guys are like, I'm retiring, like RZA and Jizza and all them lot, and they're like, well, but we want the brand to keep going and we want to keep making money, so they're like bringing in kids who do new fresh rapping,
the fresh raps. The fresh raps.
The new fresh rap.
Fresh rap. Is he there with new?
That sounds like something you could eat, man. Yeah, young dirty bastard. He sells new fresh raps. Tasty.
Well,
delicious
there's three kind of rappers in general that have kind of come together, and the children of the Wu-Tang. It's the young dirty bastard. There's a rapper called Intel, and I believe Pixar. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. It might be Quick. It's spelled Pxwer. So yeah,
wow,
I'm sure it is. And it's the children of You God and Method Man and Old Dirty Bastard.
Oh really? Is it?
Yeah, it's Colin
Wu-Tang babies.
It's pronounced
Wu-Tang babies.
Do you know what? I did tune in very skeptical. I was kind of like, because sometimes when children of rappers, they sort of say, I'm going to be a rapper too, you think, oh no, but actually really good, really good. So big up the young Wu-Tang.
Young Wu-Tang.
It's pronounced Pachar, by the way, Colin.
Is that right? Cup of char.
Did you yeeted that out of your
Is it
brain?
really? Is that? Do you know that, or are you making that up?
Just roll an insight check, bro. Roll an insight check.
Yeah, I should know this as a hip hop head.
I'm just making it up. That sounds cool. That was the wildest intro I think we've had potentially ever on the DCP.
Yeah, it was great.
I'm not sure about that. But
what do you think was that's a DR episode, isn't it? That's a Danger Recall episode. What's the wildest intro preamble we've had on this show?
yeah.
It might be. It might be the one where we all sang. What did we sing? We sang something.
We've sung
could be
so
any
many
intro.
times.
Down.
Yeah.
That's not. I can't.
I tell you what, I can't wait to get back into the studio actually, so we can all sing together. Because
I know, it's hard
on
to
Zoom,
do.
we tried it on Danger Recall yesterday when we recorded some, and we tried to all sing together. And obviously you can't because the time lapse and time latency and things like that. So, yeah, I mean we could try it now, but.
All right, what are we going to sing?
Protect Your Neck by the Wu-Tang Clan, maybe?
Who remembers how that goes?
I smoke on the mic like smoking Joe Fraser, the Hellraiser. Yes, I do, drum.
Why did you do it?
So this was a bit that Colin wanted to do, a single person rap.
See,
We could all sing together if I get to sing.
I basically somehow instigated the cowpole thing to get the Protect Your Neck reference.
There is causation does sometimes equal correlation, like as sales of Newtown go up, so do sales of Calpol, is there a trend? Maybe.
Could be.
Let's see what happens, eh?
Yep. Well, let's.
Oh boy.
When this episode drops. We'll
let's
check out the data and see if cowpole goes up.
I know some people that work in market research. We could get the figures, man.
Yeah, we could get those. Do check out Protect Your Neck by the Wu-Tang Clan, though. That is a banger.
And check out Calpol. It's a quality product. And Calpol, if you do see sales going up, we are looking for sponsors.
Yeah, we are actually.
Yeah.
Use that.
We could do some pre-adverts for it now. You could go, that tastes so nice.
I mean,
I'm protected now.
Oh, what's this growing on my neck?
to be fair, guys, we have already been working on their pubic reactions.
Oh my
Very good.
goodness!
Very good.
We definitely haven't by the short and curlies.
We haven't talked. We got 10 minutes. We haven't talked about last week's episode at all. Right, you're on.
Let's just dive on in.
You're on the road. You're travelling through the wastelands of Next in the caravan of Borash, Prince of Next, Prince of the wastelands.
He's a bit of a waste man, isn't he?
Oh,
Hey.
Really wanted to like him
He's
as
a
well, and he had to
lovely
go be a knobhead. It's just so disappointing.
Dan, did you make that choice in the moment, or did you prep that choice because you
Was
knew
it written?
you were
Was it in the book?
Shania?
Was it in the Slithering? Did he say,
Was it?
"I will try. You will try and sleep with me. You will fail"? Did someone write that?
when we. Can you imagine if that had got through editorial and everyone had kept their job? When we get to Kibwe, I will tell you the notes for Borash, Prince of the Wasteland. Exactly what it is. But you may have much more fun with Borash on your way through.
Okay.
Oh, he's going to die. He's going to die.
Yeah, he has 2-episode character written all over him, doesn't he?
He's like the guy with the badger from the Half-Life Path. I just feel that's his vibe. He's just going to lead us somewhere and he's going to get killed.
I mean,
Yeah.
we did a deep data recall on it the other day.
People don't know that yet because this is different.
Yeah, but
times.
you know that. We know that. Why can't you remember the name? You can't.
Rush, you're always bringing stuff up that we just talked about. In Danger Recall.
You're always bringing stuff up about hip hop. Yeah.
He literally is his job to do that. That's why he has to.
Oh, hip hop. Oh, Wu-Tang. Oh, dirty geezer.
Right. I'm going to get in touch with the Wu-Tang, and you can do that to them, can you? Yeah.
My Wu-Tang
In-betweenersing
him, man.
I love that. Yeah.
Flipping it.
The old dirty geezer was the one who came round to fix Colin's pipe.
We're back.
Yeah.
That's what you get in this show. You get quality callbacks. Right, let's jump in.
He was 6 years old, we discussed. He can't be old. He was the young dirty geezer.
He was the kid of old dirty geezer. He was young dirty geezer.
Young dirty.
There was no child labour at my house. I'm just making that clear. Child labour is bad. Don't hire kids to do work.
Because they don't do it very well.
Public service announcement we need to say on the people go,
that's
really annoying.
All you need is the Daily Mail to take that one quote. Colin said this, and then all of a sudden the podcast is dead.
There's a lot of Daily Mail readers that actually listen to the show, I think, aren't there?
Yeah, there might be.
Because the Daily Mail's going to be like, right, that's Meghan Markle dealt with. Who's next? The Danger Club podcast.
Hey, listen, man, they're always looking for someone to batter, aren't they? Like to take down. So
that's true. Don't make yourself a target, right?
Nah.
Yeah.
Big up Daily Mail.
I'm not sure if I can do that.
I can't. That's why I laughed when I said it. I take it back. I take it back.
Oh my goodness, that was quality intro. Let's get away from this ridiculousness. Let's get back into our very serious game of Pathfinder. We open in the evening as Fulton sits there just kind of burping up some cowpole down his chest, all over his beard. As you are, it's what they're serving. They're serving a stew of kind of mutton and cowpole.
You know what? I would give that a go.
Probably be quite sweet, yeah.
Mutton and
if you think about it, it's like a tagine.
I guess
it's like, it's a rich meat served with a vaguely fruity sauce. It's a bit like a tagine.
You've convinced me.
Mildly numbing as well, just like a painkiller involved as well. It sounds delicious, man. Do take painkillers responsibly.
Don't make a tagine out of them.
Don't eat painkillers in food.
We're strong on our morals today, aren't we? Our moral message is clear. No child labour and don't make cowpole tagines.
That's in the new Kidway book about the Easter. They make cowpole tagines as their delicacy.
The Kidway cookbook is very popular. Apparently, it's good. Yeah.
Maybe this is a new market for cowpole. They could start cooking with cowpole.
Cooking with cowpole.
Hello, 14 minutes. Cooking.
Enough. I know. Come on. We have started.
It's not cowpole. It's not cowpole mutton. It's cowpole 6+. It's disgusting.
Fulton, this stew's really nice, isn't it, Fulton? It's good.
Hey.
Kind of numbing the pain of your sunburn.
Hey. I haven't sat down yet because I can't.
Well, you got slippery little buttocks at the moment, haven't you? They're covered in coconuts.
I know, but when you put pressure on it still hurts.
And don't forget the special balm, the salves that I gave you. Okay, it's of my own design, and we need to use it at least 3 times in the night. Okay, so you must sleep on your tummy.
Okay, thank you, Shania.
You're welcome.
As you're sat sort of discussing, Borash, Prince of the Wasteland, comes and sits down next to Karagor. And says, Borash wished to apologize for how we got off on the wrong foot at the start of this. He did not mean to cause offense to your woman.
Oh. You see, you had the right intention. Now you've come over here. Borash, you've unpacked this all the wrong way. Why are you apologising to me? Also, she doesn't belong to me, mate. Like, come on, what are you doing, mate? Are you all right? Like, is this who you are? Like, this. Come on. What's going on?
Borash has misread your culture, and he apologizes. But he asks that you accept Borash's culture. It is not Null culture, it is Borash's culture specifically. That Borash says these things, and if you cannot take Borash at his worst, you cannot have Borash at his best.
I really want to come up with someone who is sexy and glamorous that did that quote in Galarian, but I can't off the top of my head. Do you know what? If you want to apologise, you should apologise to Shania. That is what I'm going to say. I appreciate you're not going to take that on board, but it's nice that you want to apologise. That's good. If you want to apologise, you should apologise to Shania. I've got nothing to do with it. And good luck to you, sir. That is a dangerous quest you have set yourself. I shall not have any of it. I hope you have a nice time with your culture. I wish I had my own culture here. My own culture is yak's milk. That's how it's made. It has a culture in it. That's as far as my scientific knowledge goes. I would ask you for some, but you'd probably make it weird. So...
He nods and says, "This was a good talk. Thank you for educating."
No, I didn't do any education.
He has learned many things.
No, don't take my word for it. It's not me you need to speak to. Shania, not me.
He nods understandingly, and there's a pause, and then he places a hand on your knee, and just kind of stares off into the stars, just nodding. Says, "Yes, this was a good talk," and he gives you a little squeeze.
After he sort of gets up and goes away, Caragor just calmly gets out his 4 kukris, 2 +1 striking daggers. He just counts all of his weapons and goes, "Told myself I wouldn't kill again. Told myself I wouldn't do it."
Caragor, should we kill him?
I'm not giving much option to. Like, I've got literally no reason not to kill this guy.
I have not heard any of this.
Dan just keeps going.
Listen, later, Fulton, later. We can do that later.
It really annoys me that he keeps referring to himself in the third
That's the
person
thing.
as well.
That's the thing that annoys you. Out of all the things, that is, you've laser focused on that. You picked that hill.
It's just really annoying when you blah 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 thinks you should not do that. And it's like, shut up. Refer to yourself in the first person or not at all. Also, the stuff with Shania is
so specific, that Fulton, so specific. Listen, we do need to get through the wasteland, so listen, let's harness this energy, right? Let's harness this energy.
Do we?
Dan?
Yeah, do we?
Yes.
Does Borash look a bit like a shepherd?
No, he looks like a big
I was going to say,
knob.
otherwise he's doomed. If he looks like a shepherd, that's it.
I think that there are many weird things that you will find out in the wasteland. That plot thread is something I'm sure you will never find in any wasteland anywhere. It is deep, very deep in the Scrivenborough.
Harness that energy, Fulton. Harness it. We channel it into more positive ends, I think. I don't know.
Hey.
Why is everyone asking my permission? He's asking my permission to say sorry to Shania. You're asking my permission to kill him. We're asking my permission for?
No, I said, shall we? I mean, I could just go and kill him now. I don't really need your permission.
Caragor does a full U-turn. Yes,
someone.
you fucking do. Yes, you need my permission to kill people, you teenage killer. Alright? So yes, you fucking do, alright? You need a license, and it's a fucking signature from me, Caragor Onefang.
I gouged someone's eyes out with my
Stop saying that.
thumb.
Press that button again. How do I reset this?
Pocket meat.
So has Shania gone off on the first watch? She didn't hear any of that, right?
No, she
was
did not hear
there.
that. No.
So
Bubba and Shania have gone off.
Bubba and Shania have gone off to do first watch, right?
Yes, Bubba and Shania, you're kind of sat on a rock a little way above the camp, so you've got a bit of a view over the wastelands around.
Okay. Can I like do a perception and just see if there's anything suspect on the horizon?
Absolutely, give me a perception.
Yes, fantastic, great. I'm gonna throw it now.
Bubba got a natural 1, by the way.
Nice.
That's good. What are we using for perception?
It's your perception score. It's on top of your sheet above your skills.
Fuck yeah, sorry.
What did you use for perception?
No, because I'm using the bloody @ thing and I don't. There it is. Okay, right. So it is. Oh yes, lovely. That's 24.
24. Okay, so what Bubba and Shania are talking about while you're looking out across the land?
34.
34. Okay.
Yeah.
But you heard that Bubba got a natural 1, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh, I heard that.
Just making sure.
So what are you guys talking about while you're there?
Music. Yeah, I mean, because I have a deep love of music, but I have no talent at all. And here you are, a bard. Is it possible that you can teach me the ways of the strings?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, I've seen you with your string on your scythe before.
Yeah, I mean, it basically just goes boom. That's all it really does, though, you know.
Well, you can kind of make different noises as you go up and down with it. Like it's like a matchbox on a shoebox.
Wow,
isn't it, really?
that right there. That's the surprise arc of this show. That was an utter turnaround for both characters. I am floored. I'm going to go to Twitter to talk about this.
Why? What's wrong with that?
Wrong with it. It's just you started on the opposite way around, didn't you, as characters ages ago?
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Did we? God,
yeah.
right.
Shania was convinced she could make different tunes out of one string, and Bubba or Colin was always going, "No, you can't get the different tunes out of one."
No. You've misremembered who? No, you've misremembered this because it was James who said you couldn't. I was like, yeah, you can. But James was like, no, you can't.
Anyway.
No, you can't.
Anyway, I mean, Shania was just looking for a place to start talking. So I think she thought music would be a good place to start. So, she's sort of,
if you have a string on anything, really, you as you move your finger down like that, it makes like a.
Do you know what? Just for a moment, I forgot you had a ukulele there, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can hear it!"
Noise?
I've had too much coffee.
Banjolele.
A banjolele. Sorry.
It's all right. Yeah. So you can. Yeah, I think I quite like the banging beats though. You remember when we went to that pub?
Do you know what? This is actually something that I want to talk about because.
Oh, hang on, I wasn't there. That wasn't me. That was a different character.
Oh Christ! Right, we'll cut all this. We'll start again.
In fairness, you met Bubba in Yanderhof, even though you hadn't met him that night. So there's no reason Bubba couldn't have been at the Banging Hammers at that party independently.
I'll tell you what. Thank you, Dan. Did you ever go to the Banging Hammers? There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yes, I did go to the Banging Hammers. I went on this
night and there was like drums and bass and like all these dwarves are like dancing and like coming up to me and going, mate, do you know what I mean? And, like,
it was life-changing experience to hear this music. I never heard anything like it before, and you know what? It made me whimsical. It made me remember some things from the past, and I wonder where can we find more of this music?
I'd love to find it. Yeah, do you know what? It was a weird one because they put me on stage before all that, the like drum and bassy music. They did this weird thing where they had me.
Really?
I was like the opening act about 7 p.m. Yeah, and then like later on they just I hate it when venues do that. They put on like a solo acoustic act and then all of a sudden, and then they put drum and bass on afterwards. They do that a lot in London. Stop doing that when we come back to pubs, please. Book us in the right venues.
I'm glad that they did in this case because I had a most wonderful time.
It was great.
I felt spiritually moved. In fact, I felt closer to my to my sort of heritage and my true self. I think when I was dancing with that music, it was almost like a primal. Like I went into a trance, and I was in another world, and I was speaking with different spirits and creatures, and I felt an ecstasy that I've never before felt when I've moved with this way to the music, and I want to do it again so much.
That was the night my old banjolele got stolen, actually. That's when Pumpy stole my I didn't know it was Pumpy at the time, but someone stole my
That's terrible. Yeah. This was not a good night for you then.
No, it wasn't.
This is where your tale of ennui began.
I mean, she was like my best mate, really. Yeah. We were so close for a good couple of years or whatever, and yeah, she broke my heart really. But sometimes you just got to let people go. It's so sad when they do that. When someone constantly lets you down, you kind of have to let someone go for you to get better. Sometimes relationships are just they come around and you just have to leave them.
I can understand. I think the thing that you're saying, I think we have had very different experiences in our lives, but I understand where you're coming from. I know it was hard for you the last time that you saw. So how are you feeling now? Are you feeling more healed about it? Do you feel better, or is it's a source of sadness?
I don't think I'll ever get better really from that. When you're so close to someone, like if one of you did that, because I'm so close to you. I mean, the beauty of that was that relationship ended, and then I met you randomly, and you've all become my family really. But when you're so close to someone and they just constantly wear you down. The first time you don't think about it too much. The second time, it gets a bit more, but it just becomes normality, and you have to break that cycle. And I'm so glad, and I'm so much richer for not being around that toxic person. But I still love her as a friend, and I still miss that part of my life, and I'm mourn the times we had and the friendships we all made with other people. And I mean, I think about it a lot, and it does really sadden me. It makes
it makes me think that although perhaps she did not mean it, but just because of the way that she was, but it is a form of abuse in a way, that you are now left with, that has happened to you, I mean, and it's and I do not think that it was maybe her fault, because there were extenuating circumstances that made her act the way she did, and she was not maybe purposefully trying to hurt you, but she did, and now you are left with this scar. But the only things that we can do now, I suppose, is make this scar part of us to help us be strong in the future and move forward,
Yeah. When you embrace a weakness, it becomes a strength.
Yeah, exactly. This is good.
As you're having this conversation, Bubba, you're kind of wrapped up in it. You're just chatting away. However, Shania, you become... however, Shania, just as you're talking, you kind of look past Bubba, and down at the edge of the camp, you just see you see 3 big shadows moving by the side of the camp, just out of the firelight. And this is kind of it's winding down now. People have kind of gone off to the fire. People are going off to their tents. And you suddenly see these 3 shapes just come rushing out of the darkness towards the edge of the camp where some of the tents are.
So Shania sort of puts a finger to Bubba's beak, I guess. Yeah. And she says, shh, and points his head to look where she's looking, points out the shadows, and then starts to sort of very stealthily crawl over to get a better look, and motions for Bubba to come with her.
Do we need to make a stealth check for that?
You do need to make some stealth checks.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Mine's pretty good. 28.
That's cool. Okay. Come on. Ooh, 21.
28, 21. Very good. You managed to kind of crawl along the ridge that you're on to peer down. And looking down, you can see that there are... you can see 3 large creatures. So these creatures are about 9 to 10 feet tall and very broad, hunched over. One of them has 4 arms ending in long claws sprouting from it. 2 of the others have kind of wide bulbous eyes and big wide jaws, like their jaw looks like it just detaches basically and it comes down. They are huge and muscular and heavily built, and you can see the jawed ones both have tails coming down the back as well. They have crept up to the edge of one of the to the edge of the camp, and one of the ones with the jaws has just pulled a tent free, and you can see the one with the 4 arms is kind of just grabbing people and just grabbing them before they can shout and just shoving them into a bag on the edge of the thing. And it starts putting them in there as one of the other ones with the jaws just kind of looks around and then starts moving towards another tent. And you can just hear the people
right, okay. I was all set to do something that I thought was going to help. I wanted to use Earthbind.
Shout out to the adventure.
Well, yeah, I mean, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, I was going to say, Bubba, sound the alarm. So Bubba, sounds the alarm. But then I wanted to use a spell, and I thought that Earthbind would be something like if someone's walking along, the earth binds their feet. But I don't think that's what it is it? It says here, use the weight of earth to hamper your target's flight. With these effects based on its fortitude save, if the creature reaches the ground safely, it doesn't take falling damage. So actually...
That'll be for a flying creature, I imagine.
Right,
It does sound like that.
Damn, I totally misread it when I put it in my spells. Okay.
I mean, I would like to, just before I sound the alarm, just send off a couple of magic missiles at that dude that's, doing that. And then shout, if that's good.
Sure. First thing, which one do you want to shoot your magic missiles at?
The one that's the one that's just putting people into a bag to stop him what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that.
All right.
Okay, go ahead. Roll your. This is you might as well. You can get this action straight off. I know there's no surprise rounds, but they are completely unaware that you are there, so they're not going to act.
Cool. Okay. Now, just to remind me, because I'm doing magic missile and I'm a higher level now. So how much would my damage be?
So you can shoot 6 missiles if you do it.
Oh, babe, 6 missiles. Let's do 3 on that dude and 3 on the other dude.
There's a third creature, right?
There are 3 of them.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So
I'll roll my damage in a sec.
We're going to do basically, as soon as this magic missile goes off, we're going to be rolling for initiative, because that will alert them that you are there, and then we'll have to see. Shania will probably still go first because she's got a crazy perception score, but we will see. Right, so roll your damage for the magic missile, Bubba Von Hoops.
All right, so that's 4, 8, 12 on the first dude.
Okay, that's so what's that? 14 on the first dude. That's fine. You hit the guy with 4 arms, and then
the second one is only 7 points of damage.
Only 7 points. Okay, cool. So you just stand up and just let out a volley of magic missiles, and then what do you shout out?
Caragor! Fulton! Velda! We got trouble!
That sounded like something from an 80s movie. I like it.
Yeah, man.
Philippe notices that you do not call his name.
Oh no! Philippe's sitting next to us, right?
No, I left Philippe behind when we went on watch.
She's in Quantium. Like, we left him fully behind.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Absolutely not. What?
Just left it. He's there in the caravanserai eating camels. He's probably running it by now. Just
we shared a camel, man.
So the rest of you in the camp hear this shouting, at which point people start panicking, the creatures roar, and we haven't done this in a while, but Danger Club, roll for initiative.
Yeah!
17 for Fulton.
17 for Fulton. What did Beelzebub get?
He forgot. I don't know what he got.
No, really.
30 for Shania.
Okay, which of you wants to go first, Caragor and
Who's
Fulton?
got? I imagine I've got a higher dex than you, Fultz.
Yeah, you can go first.
Sure. No problem. You can go in there. How about Velda?
Velda got, apologies, just 1 second. I'm using Path Builder, which is great. And I can't find perception anywhere. I don't know where it is. It's not a skill.
I had that trouble a minute ago.
Yeah.
Under offence.
Of course it is. Okay, good, splendid. Velda got a natural 20, so it's a 30 on the die. 30 to do.
Nice.
Jeez.
That's looking good. And Bubba?
Bubba got a 12.
12 for Bubba. Not so good for Bubba.
Yeah, not so good.
Which of you, out of Shania and Velda, who wants to go first?
I would quite like to go first.
I think probably makes sense if Shania goes first, because she's actually there.
That makes sense. We'll put Shania first. We are hot to trot, and I can tell you, unsurprisingly, that the first person to act is Shania Rain. Shania, what would you like to do? You've got 3 creatures below you.
Okay.
You're kind of a little way up on a ridge.
Yeah. So can we assume these are golems? Probably. Yes.
You can make a knowledge check if you want to send a recall knowledge check. It's going to be it'll be a crafting check to know what these things are.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Ooh, 19 on the die, so that's 20 in all.
20. That is a success. So you do know your +1 bonus. So you know, these look to be flesh warps. So they are creatures from the Flesh Forge. You reckon by the looks of them, the the ones with the big jaws, that jaw is big enough to swallow a person. So you want to be careful about that.
Okay.
That's what you're going to know about them. So that's one action.
Right.
You've got 2 actions left. Now remember as well,
Okay,
because of your level up, Philippe has an action regardless of what you do. So if you want to keep 2 actions, you could spend 1, but otherwise, yeah, you get
Okay. Okay, right. So, I think I'd like to use Curse of Lost Time on, I guess, the creature that hasn't been attacked yet, or I don't know if I don't think I can do it on all of them. So are they a construct or a living creature or object?
So they are living creatures.
They are living creatures. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Fleshwalks aren't technically golems. They are living creatures that have been made.
Right. Okay. So what happens is, it takes 2 actions. So I send the magic down, and the living creature must attempt a fortitude save. And if it is a critical success, then they are unaffected. If it's a success, the living creature briefly ages, becoming clumsy 1, enfeebled 1 for 1 round. A failure is a success with a duration of 1 hour, and a critical failure as a success but with unlimited duration. So I'm aging you down. Yeah,
that is very interesting. That's very nice. However, unfortunately, it's got a range of touch.
What
spell? So
what?
The range of that spell is touch. So you need to be in melee with them. You need to be able to touch them to cast it on them. You can't do it from a range.
What? I don't have anything about that here. All right. Fine. Oh, yes, I do. I did not read it properly. Oh, crap. In that case. Then Mad Monkeys.
If in doubt.
Fine.
Yes.
I'm doing the Mad Monkeys.
It's back.
Right. Okay, now I think it said sorry, I'll read it out. Magical monkey spirits fill the area. They pile up and climb on top of one another. Because the monkeys are magical spirits, they can't they can't be attacked or hurt. Casting calm emotions or similar effect to the monkeys makes them docile, causing them to cease making mischief, and for the duration of Mad Monkeys. Choose the kind of mischief your monkeys make when you cast a spell. Exciting. They produce the effect listed from that mischief when you cast the spell, and each round when you sustain the spell. When you sustain the spell, you can move the area by 5 feet that they're using. Okay, so one is That's flagrant amazing. Burglary. So the monkeys try to steal an item from a creature in an area. Use your DC spell plus 10 as the monkey's thievery modifier. Their attempts. Okay, so there's raucous din. So the monkeys screech loudly, potentially deafening. Tumultuous gymnastics. The monkeys jump up and climb all over the creatures in the area with complex movements. Okay, I think I'm going to try and get them to burgle the people. So there's a bag, right? Someone's been putting them in a bag. Yeah. I'm going to get the monkeys to take the people out of the bag. That's what's going to happen. All right.
Oh my goodness. So you are in range, you drop monkeys on top of one of the creatures, you just open a portal above them. This must feel great because this has been like so long since Shania could do this ability.
I know.
Once again, a portal opens above the 4-armed creature as it's shoving people into a bag, and just monkeys just rain down on it from above, screeching with fury as they just swarm all over it. And they try to steal things from it. Right, so they need to make a steal attempt.
Okay, so I use my spell attack, I think, on this.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, okay.
Use your spell DC.
Okay, right. So that is 24.
Okay, against the perception DC of the person wearing it. Oh my goodness. Okay. And that's against his perception DC, which I can tell you is not amazing.
Yay.
What did you get?
I got 24.
A 24 beats its perception DC.
Hurrah!
The monkeys just swarm into the bags and just come back out carrying, pulling somebody out of one of the bags. And you recognise that they are holding Matala, the woman that you spoke to around the campfire. She's one of the people in the bag. She just looks shocked as the monkeys just pull her out of it and start passing her around them as the creature flails and tries to grab her back.
Awesome.
That was delightful.
I think that's all I can do for the moment.
That's your actions.
Yeah, but did you say I can use Philippe anyway?
Philippe, I would suggest the best thing for Philippe is to probably just move, and we might be, and that'll get him a little closer.
Yeah, I think I'll get Philippe to come bounding over with everyone else. Towards the monkeys, the group of monkeys. He's going to be the leader of the monkeys, obviously.
Nice. Okay, do you know what Philippe's movement is off the top of your head?
It is 35 feet.
35, nice.
Yeah.
You can have another 10 feet on that. I've got
Great.
the Roll20 open in front of me, so
Okay.
I'm tracking things. So everyone else is a little way away from this because they're back in the camp. It's going to take a little bit of movement here, but it's now Velda's go. So Velda, you hear the cry of alarm go up, and you are, with your sylph-like reactions, you are the first to react back in the camp.
Okay, how far away are they? Can I see the monsters?
You can, peering through the darkness. It's low light.
I don't have low light vision.
You've got low light vision, so you're fine. So yes, you can see them at the edge of it. The nearest one is 75 feet from you.
Right. Okay. Well, I would like to use one of my actions to move. That's a bit closer. And are they all? Is one without the bag? Because I presume that's lots of people there.
Yes, the nearest one to you is the one without the bag. The one with the bag is further. So if you're looking for the one with the bag, he's now 75 because you've moved closer.
Yeah. And
the other ones are 55 and 60 feet off.
Okay, so one action to do that, and then I'd like to, muttering some sort of arcane stuff, I'd like to cast down a Sudden Bolt, which is a bolt of electricity, onto the one I can see, the one closest. That is a reflex save, and the DC is 22.
Ooh, they are not amazing at that. Their reflex is +7. I do not feel confident about that. Was it DC 22?
Yep.
It's going for it.
We've got him by the sticky cow pole.
It's a 14. It's a fail.
Okay, in that case, you'll take full damage to this, which is 4d12, which is quite interesting using d12s. So a bolt of lightning comes shooting down from the desert sky. Whew, blimey. Okay, so that's 9, 17 plus 12. What's 17 plus 12? It is 29. So 29 points of electricity damage comes blasting down and
just rends the night sky open with a bolt of lightning.
Velda shouts, "Don't worry, we'll save your necks." So it does that.
Don't say necks.
Tremendous. That's a 2-action spell, I take it. So
it is a 2-action spell, yep.
Imagine if that was a 1-action spell.
That'd be great.
So the 4-armed creature strides towards the ridge where Bubba and Shania are, still covered in monkeys. The monkeys don't move with it, so it moves out of the group of monkeys. And moves away from them, shrugging them off. But they keep hold of Matala, so they're just sort of bouncing up and down, throwing her up and down in the air with triumph as it pushes away from them. And it reaches into its bag and pulls out another person, one of the caravan site, a human, someone you've seen him around, it's not one that you've spoken to, who just kind of flails and kicks his legs, picks it up, and just throws the human at Shania.
Jeez.
Whoa.
The person like, as it comes sailing up.
Do I get a chance to have a reaction to this or not?
I can tell you can have a reaction to it. It scores a critical hit.
Shit.
Natural 20 as it crits you with a flying person. That is going to be I think that's a ranged attack. I'm going to get my crit cards. This is exciting.
This is exciting.
Would it be the spleen or will it be the pelvis?
I was not expecting this.
I really wanted to be you switch places with the person.
Oh, that's a
It's a
magic
spell attack.
Yeah, switch places.
It's not a spell attack, certainly. I would love that, but
All right, nerd.
Ouch.
it's a bludgeon. It's a bludgeoning. It's a bludgeoning attack.
Okay.
So we are going to be going to Condition Corner in just a moment, Ross.
Okay.
So you're ready for this. So you take double damage, and you are sickened 3.
Right.
So
Sickened 3?
Sickened
From just
3.
a person
Jesus,
hitting
man.
you.
Hit you right in the tummy.
So
God.
let's roll some damage first of all. What does it do? 6. Oh dear, that's not going to go well for the person either, because he's going to take double damage as well. You take 17 points of bludgeoning damage as the person just slams into you, hits you in the gut.
Okay.
And can you tell us about the sickened condition, Ross, in Condition Corner?
It's Condition Corner. What's your condition? I've got a salve for it. If you've got a sore bottom, I've got a salve for it. It's Condition Corner with Ross. Hello, sickened. Take a status penalty equal to your sickened value on all your checks and DC. You can't willingly ingest anything, including potions. You can spend one action retching in an attempt to recover, which lets you attempt a fortitude save against the DC of the effect that made you sick. On a success, reduce your sickness value by 1 or by 2 on a critical success. So you have a minus, what level was it?
-3 to all.
So you have a -3 on all checks and DCs.
So to confirm, a check is anything you roll, a DC is anything that's rolled against you, so it includes your armor class.
So what is it? Sorry, minus what?
-3.
-3 on checks. Yeah.
And I can tell you how it happens is because with a 17, that is way more than the hit points of the human, sadly. So the thing throws it with such force that as it flies towards you, it hits your scythe that you have, and the human just splits in half. The torso hits you and just sprays you with blood, knocks the wind out of you, and just is utterly disgusting. You feel just ready to barf at any moment at this, even with your own strong stomach.
Right.
So gross. Let's go to the next one. Is this the one close to you? Because that could be really fun. It is the one close to you. So the one close to you is going to go try and what's he got? Ooh, Glutton Rush. That sounds great. It's going to make a Glutton Rush against Bubba. So it moves straight. Spends 2 actions. It rushes straight forward, and then it tries to bite Bubba with its huge, extending mouth. Reaches out. That's a 32 to bite Bubba.
Well, that's going to hit, isn't it?
Is that a crit? What's your AC?
AC's 23.
23. Not quite a crit. Oh, that's lucky.
That is lucky.
But he does hit you, and he does. Okay, that's fine. It's not very much damage. Runs over, bites you for 14 points of damage. And with his final action, because that was 2 actions to Glutton Rush, his final action, he grabs you. So he runs over, bites Bubba, and then just lifts Bubba up off the rock in his huge jaws. Bubba is now in the thing's mouth. It is Caragor 1 Fang.
How much can I see everything that's just happened? How obvious is this? I have low light vision too.
You can see this. Yeah, with low light.
Okay. And they are like 75 feet away from me.
The nearest one is 75
okay,
feet.
So I'm not going to get into melee. I just go, well, stun 2, lads, and then I see one putting people in the bag. I go, oh, that's my bloody tactic. What are you doing? And get the. I'll take 3 actions. I'll take a move action to get closer to them. Then to the nearest one, I'll hunt prey, and for my final action, I will fire an arrow at it. And as Shania gets hit with that spray of person, I go, "Did you have that bloody parasol up? Did you? Hey."
Hey, big boy.
Do you want a craft check to see if you get to your bonus for?
Certainly. That would have been a total of 16.
16, not enough to know.
Okay, I'll just kill it
But
instead.
that's fine. You get your own bonuses.
Hopefully.
Kill it with fire.
It's a 15 on the thing. That's a 27.
27, that's
Great.
a hit. It's not... Oh, wait.
Oh,
It's a crit.
huzzah! I also get some hunt prey damage as well. Okay, so do I double the hunt prey damage as well as this?
No, you don't. You only damage you double your normal damage, and then you add the hunt prey stuff.
Also, does all the knowledge that he gets get imparted to us?
No, I didn't get any knowledge.
Crit as well. Oh, you didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I get a crit card?
No, it's only a natural 20 gives a crit card, but 10 over gives you
No.
double damage.
Alright, so that's 7 there, and then that's 13 points of piercing damage. As I sight it down, run, sort of like move towards it, and as I'm moving, just knock an arrow to my bow, sight it down, just moving forward and dropping arrows towards
You
it.
hit an arrow straight into its chest, and it kind of just staggers backwards, still holding onto Bubba in its jaws.
Put that down! Spit that out! Come on!
Oh, that's the best time of any fight where there is any distance to start with it. It's time for tiny little legs. Fulton Battlestone, what's going on?
Nothing. I just spend my 3 actions running over to the fight.
What is
'Cause
your...
there's nothing.
What's your
20
movement?
feet, so I'm not even in... I can't do anything. I can get 60 feet with my 3 actions. And that's it.
You can get into melee with the one with Bubba. You can't hit him though. You've got no actions left. Although, can't you? Have you got sudden charge?
Nope.
Oh dear. Nope.
Nope. I'll get up to the one in up in Bubba's grill, and then I'll just stand there.
Okay, you come just running. You spend the whole turn running from the camp, trailing salve behind you as you run. Let's see. It's now time for one of the other creatures. Let's do a glutton rush on Fulton as well. Let's stick with that. So the other one comes rushing over to Fulton and tries to bite Fulton. This might be better. Fulton's got very high armor, and that's only a 24.
It's a hit, meets beats.
Oh, it gets you. He bites Fulton for 13 points of damage. And he comes down with these huge jaws. And you know what's happening? It picks up Fulton in its jaws, and you just see Fulton's little legs kicking in the air as it lifts him up. Oh, gosh.
Did you say 12? 12 points?
13 points.
13.
13 points. Bubba, so both of you are grabbed. I'll do your condition corner so you can mark your hit points down. You are immobilized and you are flat-footed. If you attempt a manipulate action, you must succeed in a DC 5 flat check or it's lost. Manipulate is usually things like casting a spell, doing anything fiddly. So that probably won't massively affect you, but we'll see. Okay, it is now Bubba Von Hoop's go.
Yeah, I'm going to paralyze this dude that I'm in the jaws.
You're going to paralyze. Tell us about paralyze.
Paralyze. So, you block the target's motor impulses before they can leave its mind, threatening to freeze the target in place. The target must attempt a will save. A critical success, the target is unaffected. A success, the target is stunned 1. A failure, the target is paralyzed for 1 round. And a critical failure, the target is paralyzed for 4 rounds. At the end of each turn, it can attempt a new will save to reduce the remaining duration by 1 round or end it entirely on a critical success.
Oh, that sounds exciting. Right,
It's a good
first
spell.
things first, give us you need a DC 5 flat check, so roll a D20, you need a 6 or higher.
Okay.
Are you're trying to paralyze it, right? Are you inside its belly or something?
No, I'm in its jaws.
Okay.
That was a 15.
15, that's fine. The spell goes off, so in that case, it's going to go ahead and make its will save.
I rolled a natural 20 on my spell attack.
Oh, you don't need a spell attack. It's just the save. Oh, but that roll's pretty good. It's a 24 against your spell DC.
Against my spell DC, 21.
Oh, it's a failure. It's still paralyzed for 1 round.
Beautiful.
Lovely. I tell you what, Ross, have you still got Condition Corner up?
Yes, I do.
Let's take another little trip back to Condition Corner. Tell us about Paralyzed.
Okay. Paralyzed in the style of the bloody Transformer. Paralyzed. Your body is frozen in place. You have flat-footed condition and can't act except to recall knowledge, and act in other ways that require only the use of your mind, as determined by the GM. Autobots, roll out.
Except don't, because they're paralyzed.
Beautiful. Okay. You got one action left, haven't you?
Yeah, I got one action left. So, am I like dropped from his jaws and stuff as well?
No, he's still holding you in his jaws, so you can try and make an escape attempt to get out of his jaws if you want, because the jaws like just freeze solid shut as you go around you.
Let's try and get out of his jaws.
All right, so it's an unarmed. You used an unarmed attack. So basically, roll in. If you've got an attack bonus for anything that doesn't have a +1 or anything to it.
Well, I'll tell you what. Because I rolled that natural 20 for no reason, I'm going to use that roll. How's that?
How are you, Colin?
Well, I mean, I rolled the dice, and that was my roll.
You're not an investigator. You don't get to pre-roll your dice.
No, you. Like, I thought I had to roll a spell DC. I didn't. So that's my roll, right?
That's absolutely.
That's your mistake, though, bro.
I've got,
Please.
It pains me to say it, but I've got to side with the GM here, I think.
Please.
All right. Okay. So what do I need to? What sort of
make an unarmed attack?
Unarmed attack.
Yeah. So make an attack. Use your regular attack.
What do I plus to this?
So if you've got a weapon that doesn't have an enhancement rune on it, what's your normal weapon? Bubba never normally attacks, does he?
I guess my rapier. I get
your rapier, and you don't have any item bonus on your rapier, do you?
No.
So that'll be the same bonus as your unarmed attack bonus. So just roll and add whatever that bonus is.
Well, I rolled a 30. So
30.
Yeah.
That beats its athletics DC of 22. So you, having paralysed it, you kind of just wriggle and squeeze out from its jaws and land on the floor next to it, as it's just kind of frozen in place there.
Nice one.
Very nice. So you are out. Fulton is still gobbled up, and that guy's paralysed for 1 round and hunted prey and flat-footed. Great. Shania Rain. Bear in mind, if you want to keep the monkeys in play, you've got to spend an action to sustain them monkeys, in which case you can move them.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Is there such a thing as, like, when do you have to roll a check after you take damage as well on a concentration spell? Is there such a thing?
I don't think there's... because there's not sort of spells that take multiple rounds to cast. You have to make... Like, Bubba had to make a flat check to be able to cast that spell while he was being grappled. I
didn't know if it's, like, post-taking damage thing, like, if you have to, like, concentrate on it. But if there's not, just
No, that's fine. Not sustaining a spell's fine. You just spend an action, it's sustained.
Shut up, babes. Come on. Right, okay. Shania is going to keep the monkeys going, and she would like them to move to wherever the bag is and try and get another person out of the bag.
Amazing. All right. They come swarming over the top of it. So go ahead and make a spell attack.
Okay. Woohoo! That is 31.
31. There is a penalty on it because it's not quite the plus. That doesn't quite get it, I'm afraid.
What?
They swarm over and they try and get it.
That was a 19 on the die.
It's a 19 on the die. It's your spell DC -10 as the monkey's thievery modifier. That's weird. Isn't that just your spell attack bonus? What's your spell DC?
12.
12. So yeah, you'd be your spell DC should be more than 12.
Hold on. All right, hold on. Let me have
I think that's your spell attack.
My spell DC is 22.
Yeah. 22. So that should be a +12. So that does make that. So
that's 31.
Is a 31. Why does it say spell DC -10? Why doesn't it say spell attack bonus? Oh, confusing.
Okay.
It does work.
Right.
Long story short, a gnome gets pulled out of one of the bags, screaming as the monkeys start carrying it off to join Matala. You hear the gnome just being like, "This doesn't seem any better right now."
Now I've still got 2 actions, right?
Yes, you do.
Great, that's good. So I can spend an action retching to try and get rid of the sickness. Is that right?
You do.
Yes.
See, technically you have a penalty to your rolls, but that's the monkey's roll, not your roll. So I'm going to say that the sickened effect doesn't affect the monkeys. They're not sickened.
No, they're not.
They're hot to trot.
Okay, so
Trum, if you are like sort of kneeling down to get rid of the sickness, though, you have to retch like
okay, right, here we go.
So you have to make a fortitude save.
Fortitude save, is that right? Okay.
Go ahead, make a fortitude save.
Hold on, let me get my fortitude thing up in, there it is. Okay, right, so, oh man. Okay, it's 17.
17 failed.
Damn!
You just start being sick, or you spend an action being sick on the floor.
Right,
You
okay.
don't manage it. You've got one action left.
I've got
You wanna
one
keep being
action
sick?
left. Yeah, can I try again?
Yeah, you can do it again.
Okay. Woohoo! All right. So that is 26.
26. That is a success. So you managed to vomit some. You're down to sickened 2.
I feel slightly better.
That's a sound effect that I needed to hear.
Yeah.
Velda Camblight.
Wait, Philippe. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to keep Philippe moving forwards?
Well, yeah. Is he? Yes.
Okay. Philippe comes charging forwards. Velda, let's give Velda an action. What do you want to do, buddy?
I'd like to, on the one that's closest, just call down a flaming sphere. So if I could get another reflex save, please.
The good old reliable flaming sphere. Their reflex is very good. Yes, +7. I should stop telling you all of their stats.
Yeah.
That'd be good GMing, wouldn't it?
No, Dan. Just keep telling us. It's fine.
It's not bad. 18.
Well, it says a basic reflex save, so I'm not sure what that means.
It's against your spell DC.
Oh, it is against my spell. In that case, they fail.
It's a fail, so it takes damage.
So it does indeed. So 3 d6 fire damage, which is one of the other dice landed literally on top of the other one. So I'm just going to re-roll that. That's 8 points of fire damage. And with his other action, he'd like to summon a magical shield.
Nice. Put the shield up. Drop a flaming sphere on one of them. Put a shield up as well to defend you. It's not a ton of damage, but it all helps. The next one to go is going to be the creature at the back with the 4 arms who reaches into his bag to find another person to throw and finds all of his people have been stolen by monkeys.
Yay, monkeys!
He is furious. He roars. He rushes towards you all, and that is where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Monkeys stole my people.
Now that'll be a t-shirt.
This week's episode was made possible by our Patreons, especially our Dangerling of the Week, Veyron. Yes, Master Veyron. Your will is our command. To get your name on the show, go to patreon.com/Danger Club Podcast. Veyron.